Hey guys, this is grims4ever, and welcome to grims4ever's Untitled podcast. We're gonna be talking about different things with Raw, Smackdown, NXT, NXT Takeover, Philly predictions, which I will be there live Saturday night. We're gonna be talking about Royal Rumble predictions. I'm gonna go through those real quick. But first, we're going to talk about different newsworthy items throughout the week. One of the biggest announcements this week was the release of Enzo Amore. Basically what happened was he was accused of rape, sexual assault, and WWE suspended him first. But then they turned around and fired him 24 hours later after, he told WWE apparently that he knew he was being investigated, but he failed to tell him what was going on. And my thoughts on this is Enzo was wrong for doing that, for not telling them. So yeah, he deserved to get fired for that. But the whole rape allegations, it kind of feels a little sketchy at this time because she keeps changing her story and everything. And there was the video of the guy on YouTube posting these text messages that she wrote and bragging about her fucking Enzo, that it was just sex, not rape. And what else? That just feels really sketchy to me. And she might, and I think if, because at this point it does look like she's lying about it, but she's lying about it, that looks bad on her. She's gonna get arrested. But if she's telling the truth, Enzo's even worse than that, and he's gonna get in jail. And Enzo deserves to get in jail if he actually did do that. So moving on from that, we have the announcement of the XFL. Vince McMahon announced that, hey, we're going to be doing an XFL. Like, we're going to be announcing that we're doing like a sports thing right now, a sports venture. And for weeks upon weeks, we've been speculating, hey, it's going to be the return of the XFL. And yeah, it was the XFL. 8 teams are going to be announced. It's going to be starting in 2020. So that's pretty cool, I guess. Like I said, I kind of liked the first couple episodes of the XFL, but let's see if this one would actually be better than the last version of it. We don't know. Um, let's see what else I want to talk about. I mean, and again, sorry I haven't really been doing these podcasts lately. I haven't been keeping up on it because I've been working on a pet project in like a special episode of a podcast, which I'm actually be announcing what it is. It is a podcast about Batman. So yeah, I'm doing, and I've got 5 hours, over 5 hours. If you watch my Twitter account, what I've been posting, it's over 5 hours of audio of me talking about Batman. And I'm like right now going through slides and stuff and trying to get the pictures in good order. It's really time consuming, And plus I've been busy with work and, different other like different things. So again, I have not been doing my episodes for like the last few weeks, and I apologize. Um I actually did watch Raw this week. The 25th anniversary, I had to watch it. Oh my god, that was like one of the most disappointing episodes of Raw I've ever seen, because the thing is, this is supposed to be an event. Like this whole episode of Raw was supposed to be this big, event, and just it was just ugh, ugh, you know. Um, we started off with the show with Vince in the ring with Stephanie and Vince, Stephanie, and Shane. They were all there. They were all in the ring together. They congratulated their father. You 25 years, yeah. And they gave Vince a plaque, and Vince was very like he just didn't like it. You know, he's like, "Oh, this is all you give me for 25 years." And people started chanting "asshole" at him. He just think for himself that he just think himself because he did it all himself. And then Stone Cold Steve Austin made his way down to the ring. If Vince was trying to go, nope, I don't want anything to do with this. I'm a senior citizen, I'm a member of AARP. I have heart problems with a murmur that won't go away, and arthritis, and my bones are brittle. I thought that was funny. He's like, but Shane over here, he's in his prime, and he looks good. And Shane's like, okay, yeah, hey, Steve, and Steve just stunned him, and they start like Vince and Steve started a beer bash. They hugged, stunned him, stunned Vince, and went back and stunned Shane again, and just drank more beer. So that was a pretty awesome segment right there. And the next was like the women's match between Alicia Fox, Sonya Deville, Mandy Rose with Paige. Oh, and Nia Jax was in the ring too. She was in that match versus Sasha Banks, Bayley, Mickie James, and Asuka. Which the team of Sasha, Bayley, and Mickey and Asuka won. With Sasha Banks putting the bank statement on Mandy Rose, or actually it was on Alicia Fox. Sorry. And after the match, Asuka just beat everybody up and threw him out of the ring. So basically, we know who's losing. Next segment, Kurt Angle was talking with the referee backstage, and explained to him that tonight's a celebration. Tonight's about a celebration, not chaos, and that Braun Strowman, Brock Lesnar, and Kane will be in the ring at the same time, and they can't afford an incident. Knock on the door. Coach comes in, and him and Coach start talking. Says Angle's doing a great job, and it's awesome to see so many people he hasn't seen in a while. And Harvey Whippleman and the Brooklyn Brawler come in. Teddy Long jumps into the room as well, does his dance. Brother Love, Bruce Pritchard, comes in and says he loves them. And the Boogeyman comes in with worms in his mouth, takes the worms out of his mouth and puts them in Coachman's hand, and leaves. Next segment was Undertaker at the Manhattan Center. It was a pretty weird segment. It's very vague of what he was saying. It was very cryptic. He basically said that he's taken down legends, ripped them off the pedestals, and thrown them in the cold dark earth. Austin, Foley, and his own brother Kane had to answer the Reaper. They tried, they failed to defeat him. And he says, "Now on the sacred ground, I declare, for all those who have fallen, is truly time. You rest in peace." And fans even chanted, "One more match," and you could tell he was just like, Next segment, they had the APA office setup, which I thought these segments were pretty funny. It was like throughout the night, they were doing like the APA segments. It was Farouk and Bradshaw doing poker against Slater and Rhino. Um, yeah, JBL wins with a full house, and then the $1 Million Man comes in and wants to play poker with them too. And then everybody's like, "Come on, dude, go to an ATM." To Heath, because Heath is like, "I'm done." And then next, they introduced all the general managers, including John Laurinaitis. Real Regal comes out next with NXT Chance. That was awesome. Eric Bischoff came out as well, which Eric Bischoff got like fucking cheered, and then Daniel Bryan came out, does like the yes chant, and so does all the other general managers, and then Miz comes out and they have like a like Bryan and Miz have like a face to face, and so it's the start of the Miz and Roman Reigns match for the Intercontinental Championship, which Miz wins with a skull crushing finale. After he sidesteps Reigns and he hits an exposed turnbuckle, which, you know, was very subtle. Like, nobody knew. I thought the match was pretty good. And it's cool to see Miz with the title on him. Let me see what else happens. Yeah, and then then the next segment was another APA segment, which Jeff Hardy, MVP, the Usos join in on the poker festivities, and MVP wins this hand of poker. Yeah, and the next segment was the Peep Show with Christian, Seth Rollins, and Jordan. And it was a funny segment because every time Jason Jordan kept trying to talk, everybody just booed him, and it was just funny. And then the bar came out, and there was a brawl. Rollins accidentally hits Jordan, which was pretty funny. And then and the next segment was Alexa Bliss and Charlotte. They both talk down to each other, and then Flair comes in. Woo! Hell yeah. And they both started doing like a woo together. Let's see, Titus Worldwide, Natalya have joined the APA, which Natalya beats them, and then Dana Brooke says she crunched the numbers and determined that Slater has lost a lot of money. Which, yeah, pretty true. And the next match was Bray Wyatt versus Matt Hardy, which Bray Wyatt won, and that match was like very, very short. I wanted more, but you know, it's just like, and he wins with the Sister Abigail. And I'm going to say this. I'm going to start talking about the Manhattan Center. At this point, they only had 2 segments, while everything else has been in the Barclays Center. People have bought tickets for like $200 to $1,000, and at that point, they only had a couple segments plus a couple of squash matches with the 205 Live. People were getting restless. I saw the video on Twitter where people were just chanting bullshit and "Where's my refund?" It was just crazy watching that on Twitter. I mean, they set themselves up for that. Here's how I could have done this to avoid all that. Have both locations have like different things going on. Have like one like the Barclays Center show go on, you know, USA TV, and then everything that's going on in the Manhattan Center have it be on the WWE Network and have it be kind of like a second screen type thing. That would have been cool. I would have liked that. But instead, no, they dropped the ball with it. But I don't know. Next segment, they had a greatest female wrestlers in the history of WWE. Included the Bella Twins, Maurice, Kelly, Lillian Garcia, Jackie, Tori Wilson, Michelle McCool, Terry Reynolds, Maria Kanellis, and Trish Stratus. And my god, the Tori Wilson looks so freaking hot in this. And both, you know, obviously Maurice and Maria are both pregnant. They looked really good. Everybody looked really good. I actually like that. I wish there was like an announcement that one or two of these ladies yeah, like the Bell Twins, Kelly, Jackie, um, possibly Michelle McCool, and Trish all said, "Hey, we want in on this Royal Rumble match," but they didn't do that. Next time they had a run in with Chris Jericho and Elias, which Jericho was actually wearing his Alpha Club shirt, which was pretty awesome. I was kind of speculating that Naito would have came in and just beat up Jericho. That would have been cool. It's like, who the hell is this? And like, holy crap, that's Naito from New Japan Pro Wrestling. That's him in Los Ingobernables. Just like have Los Ingobernables just beat the hell out of Jericho. I have Jericho perform at the Manhattan Center. That would have been cool. And he called Elias a stupid idiot. Gets the list of Jericho. And says that Elias made the list. And then Elias did a little segment singing. And then Elias smashed him in the Elias and Cena kind of like got into a scuffle, which ended with Elias hitting him with a guitar in the back, which was pretty cool. Let me see what's going on. And then the next segment with the APA had the New Day join the group. And Heath Slater was revealed to be cheating at cards. And everybody was about ready to fight. And then JBL says that the card game is a game for civilized people. If they want to fight, they should go to the ring. And DiBiase does his little laugh and shows that he has a royal flush, wins all the money. And Ron Simmons is like standing over him, and you know what he says. He just waits a moment and just goes, "Damn!" Just had to do it. Just had to do it. I had to do it, just like Ron Simmons, and that was awesome. Mark Henry bumped into Godfather in the next segment, and he introduces Mark to a young woman and says that Mark Henry used to be sexual chocolate. He says he's changed, but Godfather stayed the same, and reintroduces himself to the woman, and Godfather's like, "Whoa, whoa, whoa, whoa. This is my wife." And Mark's like, oh, shit. And he's just like you said, we've all got to change. All got to grow up. And the next match was Titus Worldwide versus Heath Slater and Rhino. It was a stupid segment. It was a stupid match. Like nothing. Like once they got back from commercial, there was a brawl. The match got thrown out. But the Dudleys made the return. They put Slater through a table, and plus before that they do the WhatsApp, and then they put him through the table with a 3D, which was it was cool, but it would have been better if it was in the Manhattan Center. Next they had AJ Styles do a segment with Mean Gene, which was pretty awesome. He does the "Let me tell you something, Mean Gene," and he says that Owens and Zayn think that they'll take the title from him, but they won't take the title from him, and Styles will hit them hard and fast, and he will retain the title. And they do the DX reunion at the Manhattan Center. First, Shawn and Triple H came out. They talk about some of the memories that they had. They even put over Ravishing Rick Rude in China. And they said that they did whatever the hell they wanted. And DX has always been the forefront, whether it was being on the first Raw or driving their truck to WCW and starting the war, or being there at the 25th anniversary. The Manhattan Center for Raw is home, which they really didn't prove it. DX will be at the forefront for the next 25 years. Time to start that right now. And then he asks the fans, "Are you ready?" Then he asks them again if they're ready. He says, "Good, because we didn't come alone." And then New Age Outlaws come out. They do the old New Age Outlaws stick. Then introduce X-Pac, and fans chant 1, 2, 3 at X-Pac. Which I believe at that same building they did the 1, 2, 3 Kid versus Razor Ramon, which 1, 2, 3 Kid beat Razor Ramon. That was awesome. And then X-Pac, was taken aback by that. He's like, "Hell yeah, guys," and says this is a DX reunion, but they can't have a 25th anniversary celebration without this guy. He does the old pointing thing, and then Razor Ramon comes out. He comes out with like the whole Wolfpack look. People thought he was actually to come out as like Razor Ramon, like, with the all that stuff. And Scott Hall does the whole "Hey yo," and says that he can't have a party without the bad guy. Hall says he's been watching the show from both locations, and this Raw 25 show is just too sweet. Does the too sweet hand gesture, and the Baszler Club make their way to the ring, and they all do the too sweet together. And the Revival comes out, which Mike Chioda comes to the ring, and Anderson and Gallows face the Revival, which Anderson and Gallows win the match with the Magic Killer. And after the match, everybody takes down the Revival. Like, Dawson turns Scott Hall around, and Scott Hall does the toothpick thing. X-Pac gives him the X Factor, and then does the shake, rattle, and roll. And Billy Gunn does the Famouser. Shawn hits his Sweet Chin Music on Wilder, and Triple H drops him with a pedigree, and Balor hits the coup de grace, which Billy Gunn says, "If you're not down with that, we've got 2 words for you," and the fans do, "Suck it." And they do the next segment with Braun Strowman. And this is, at this point, it was like past 11 o'clock. And everybody was there, like all the legends, everybody from the lower to mid-card Raw roster, New Day. I think the Usos were in there. They do the whole segment with Braun Strowman. Kane Lesnar segment. It was really rushed. And Braun Strowman comes out first, and then Kane, and then like everybody gets in between Kane and Braun. Paul Heyman comes out, does his usual shtick, and brings out Brock Lesnar. Everybody leaves. Strowman clotheslines Kane, leaves the ring. Lesnar kills Strowman with a clothesline, hits Kane with the F5 in the ring. Strowman gets in and avoids a German suplex and clotheslines Brock out of the ring. Strowman launches him to the barricade and clears the commentary table off, and then gives Lesnar a running power slam through the table. Like I said, that's Raw. It obviously got like a mixed reaction, but more negative. And I thought that this Raw was just not even good. I didn't think it was a good Raw. That's my opinion. Let's see. Doesn't have Raws, like Raw from this week. I mean, SmackDown's. And again, I haven't been able to watch SmackDown yet because I've been busy with a lot of stuff. Let me see. Let me look for SmackDown results. I mean, since Raw I'm here, I'm gonna go over the NXT results as well as the 205 Live results. Let's see. So let me see. Daniel Bryan kicked off 205 Live. The Cruiserweight Championship has been vacant, which they don't want to feed the vacant memes that are going around. It says that there will be a new 205 Live GM, as well as and that will be addressed next week. He'll be named next week, and then they will address the Cruiserweight Championship situation next week as well. Kalisto, Grand Metalik, and Lince Dorado defeated TJP, Tony Nese, and Daivari. And Atami defeated Gentleman Jack Gallagher. Apparently, they didn't do the GTS. I didn't even watch 205 Live, so I don't watch it anymore. And then Cedric Alexander defeated Mustafa Ali, which I think Alexander should be given the title, because he was promised the title match a few days ago, and like a few weeks ago, I should say, and it wasn't given to him. Overall, like I said, I'm not like too into that, unfortunately. Let me see. Let's look for Smackdown results. I'm just gonna go over matches and stuff. Jey Uso versus Chad Gable. Chad Gable won with the German suplex. Naomi versus Liv Morgan with the Riot Squad. Naomi won with the Sunset Flip pinfall with Sunset Flip. Shinsuke Nakamura versus Baron Corbin. Shinsuke Nakamura won with the DQ, where fucking Randy Orton apparently came out of nowhere and did an RKO to Shinsuke, which was pretty cool. Rusev Day versus New Day. New Day with Bobby Roode versus Rusev Day and Jinder Mahal. New Day and Bobby Roode won. And wins with the flying elbow on Aiden English. Owens versus Styles. Owen wins with the calf crusher. And Styles versus Sami Zayn. Sami Zayn wins with the Helluva Kick. And so that's SmackDown. Let's go to NXT. I'm probably gonna watch NXT just to get hyped for TakeOver. I've been watching it, because it's been a lot of weird shit going on in my life. So No Way Jose versus Cesar Bonini. No Way Jose won with the pop-up punch. Let's see what else happened this week on NXT. Bianca Belair versus Latoya Alsop, which Bianca Belair won with the reverse powerbomb. Yeah, I really like Bianca Belair from what I've seen of her. I think she's really good. They did a little segment, I guess, with Ember Moon and what's her name? Shayna Baszler, if that's how you pronounce her name. TM61 will be competing next week, as well as Roderick Strong. It's been announced that Roderick Strong will be facing Tyler Bate also next week, which is going to be filmed this weekend, and that's going to be fucking awesome. Can't wait to see those. Gargano versus Velveteen Dream, which Gargano won. And again, Velveteen Dream will be facing Casasono at TakeOver Philly. So that's I think that's gonna be a good match. I actually did see that match last year. When they came to Philly at the Tower Theater for the house show. It was a pretty good match. This one's gonna be better because it's gonna be a pay-per-view. So I'm gonna go over predictions right now. Excuse me. I think Velveteen Dream will beat Casasono, and I think Casasono is gonna be called up to the main roster. I think Undisputed Era is going to go over the Authors of Pain to retain the NXT Tag Team titles. Shayna Baszler is going to defeat Ember Moon for the women's title. And Ember Moon's going to be called up to the main roster. Adam Cole is going to defeat Alistair Black. Alistair Black's going to be called up to the main roster, possibly be in the Royal Rumble match. Same with Ember Moon, she might be in the Royal Rumble match. And I think this match, the final match, the Andrade Cien Almas match versus Johnny Gargano match could go either one of three ways. One, Zelina Vega interferes, costs Johnny Gargano the match. Two, Tommaso Ciampa interferes, costs Johnny Gargano the match. Three, Johnny Gargano wins, and Tommaso Ciampa beats down Johnny Gargano. Like that's I think that will that will happen. I think one of those three will happen. And that would be so fucking cool. Let's go to the Royal Rumble predictions. I think Gable and Benjamin will defeat the Usos. Just put the title on them for a little bit. Sheamus and Cesaro are going to win the tag team titles from Rollins and Jason Jordan, and Jason Jordan's going to turn heel. Styles is going to retain against Owens and Sami Zayn, which is it's going to finally show the cracks in Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens. Brock's going to retain, unfortunately, so we could have the Brock versus Roman match. Women's Royal Rumble, I think Asuka's going to win, hopefully. I want Asuka to win. I don't want, fucking Ronda Rousey to win if she's going to be in the match. No. Speaking of the Women's Royal Rumble match, I am not happy with Stephanie McMahon calling it just so she can make it all about her. No, I'm just not happy with that shit. The Men's Royal Rumble match, I think it's going to be Shinsuke Nakamura, so he could face AJ Styles. And then Roman's going to win at Elimination Chamber, so he could go against Brock. Alright guys, I know this was like a pretty short podcast. And I didn't go in depth as well as I wanted to. But then again, I'm like really behind. I need to really watch like a lot of stuff. Yeah. I know that was like a long, awkward silence. Because I still want to finish up my Batman stuff, my Batman project that I've been doing. This is gonna be like over 5 hours long. I totaled it out, and I'm also gonna be doing like a Marvel one as well for the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Yeah, it's I'm looking at it now. It's over 6 hours long actually. I got a little intermission. So this is gonna be really cool. I've put a lot of hours into this. Hope you guys like it when I release it, because it's gonna drop pretty soon, like in the next few days. Hopefully I can get this ready for you guys like fast. But yeah, hope you guys have a good day. Hope you guys like the Royal Rumble. I'm gonna be at TakeOver, which again I am fucking happy about that shit. So, take it easy, guys. What's up, guys? grims4ever's here. And, again, I am sorry for being late with this podcast. It sucks that I'm late. I really don't like being late with these podcasts and everything. But I'm gonna give you guys a little talk about, NXT TakeOver, as well as tonight's taping of NXT. Because I was there to see it at in Philly. What else? What am I gonna talk about? I'm gonna talk about the Royal Rumble. I'm gonna talk about Raw. Then again, I haven't been able to see Raw. And I'm gonna talk about SmackDown 205 Live. Again, haven't been able to see any of those shows because there's been some problems going on in my life, in my house. Not in my life, but just in my house. Um, Starting Saturday morning, we had an electrical problem, and that was just that sucked. Um, so yeah, we had the electrical problem. And then it just lasted all the way until I found out a way to get light in my room, get the Wi-Fi back on. I kind of cheated, but yeah, most of our house has no electric, and we're trying to get that fixed right now. But I'm gonna break this off into segments. So yeah, this is basically an intro, and I'm gonna actually attach this to last week's episode 2. So that way, because I was going to post it, but then I couldn't because the fucking Wi-Fi was fucked. So I'm going to do this as an intro, post last week's episode, and then do the NXT shit. Raw, SmackDown, 205 Live, which, it's a lot of news. It's a lot of news that we just had over the past weekend. So guys, sit back, relax, and enjoy. I should do that as my new intro for this podcast, when I'm doing this on YouTube. Yeah, just like compile all that footage that I just put in, from my iPhone that I filmed at the NXT show. But man, dude, that was like my first ever pay-per-view NXT TakeOver. That was awesome. Um, so I got there like around 6:30. Once I got there, there was like a big fuck Tom Brady chant, which was pretty fucking awesome. Which was pretty fucking hilarious. I joined in, and I was just waiting around for like maybe 20 minutes, if that, 20 minutes to a half hour, and then that's when they started doing the NXT matches, like the dark matches, the matches that happened today. So since this is going up Thursday, or right now after I do this podcast, whichever one comes first, um, we had the first match, Nikki Cross versus Lacey Evans. I haven't gone back to watch any of these matches too. I just wanted to watch them raw, like live, and it was a pretty quick match live. Um, yeah, and as you guys know, Miss Nikki Cross won the match, so that was a pretty like I said, that was a pretty nice little warm up match. Then the next match was the returning TM61 versus the Ely brothers. They had a pretty good match back. I didn't know who the Ely brothers were. I just looked on the side to a couple people that were sitting right by me. I'm like, who the fuck are these guys? Because I never heard of these guys. Never saw them. And I remember when they were going for the finish, TM61 was going for the finish. They did when they're going for the finish and all that. I just shouted, I just quoted Deadpool. I just shouted, "Finish fucking them the fuck up!" And people were just like, there was a few people just like fucking laughing when I said that, and I thought that was like pretty funny that I did that. And then the next match was the number one contenders match with Roderick Strong versus Tyler Bate. Their winner gets to face the UK championship or UK champion Pete Dunne, which Roddy just like fucked Tyler Bate up with hitting him in the back and everything, backbreakers and all this other, and all of his other moves, and he went with the End of Heartache to end the match. Pretty solid match between those two guys. I was mostly cheering for Roddy, but Tyler. I like Tyler. I was like, I wouldn't care who won the match. Just put on a good fucking match. So I was out with like the dark matches. The first match of the night was the Undisputed Era versus the Authors of Pain. Nice little back and forth tag team match. Let me think. Yeah, there was a few parts where the Authors of Pain were like selling the leg. One of the members of the Authors of Pain were selling the leg. Like before the match even started, it was pretty awesome that Kyle O'Reilly was coming out and he was doing the Hogan air guitar with the belt. I thought that was pretty funny. They tried to go for a super collider at the end. O'Reilly, Hurricane Rana'd, Aikman to Razar, which Razar went outside, and Fish rolled up Akam to retain the titles. Oh my god, that match was like a pretty cool tag team match, from what I remember. Then War Machine appeared at ringside. And I was like, at first, I saw him on the Titantron. I was like, okay, so where are they? I happened to look down and I saw them like in the crowd. Because I was in section 101, I was in like the 20th row. Or 109, I mean. And I was in the 20th row. And there was a couple seats like empty throughout the arena. There was like a couple seats next to me that were empty. And it would have been cool if like, a couple of my friends went with me and we just like watched it together. But, they like, we want to do this, we want to do that. My friend SJ went to UD on Monday night, I think. Yeah, UD on Monday night. And he said he got to get autographs from like Randy Orton, Shinsuke Nakamura, and AJ Styles. I was like, you lucky bastard. So yeah, the next match was Velveteen Dream versus Kasha Sono. Velveteen Dream was wearing boxing shorts, and he even had like a guy and girl with him. You know, people were like, "Oh yeah, it's kind of like what's his face? What's the guy's name? Orlando Jordan." He came out like Orlando Jordan, trying to do like the whole bisexual gimmick. And within 30 seconds of the match, Velveteen Dream just like knocked out, just like punched Ono in the face and thought he knocked him out. He was just like, "Oh my god!" and started celebrating. This match did have a few botches. I did notice that. Like one of the what is his moves? The cartwheel Death Valley Driver. I think that was botched. There was something else that was botched. I can't remember because I know I was watching this last night too, and I guess I must have missed it. I was like, what the fuck? And we chanted, "You fucked up" at Velveteen Dream. There was one part of the match we were saying, "Say his name," and Velveteen Dream just like looked off to the side and just had this big fucking smile on his face. He went all the way, and the match finishes with Velveteen Dream giving him the Death Valley Driver and hitting the Purple Rainmaker, which, you know, that was awesome to see live. I love that. Let me see. What else was there? The next match was Shayna Baszler facing Ember Moon for the finally I got to say Shayna Baszler's name right. She faced Ember Moon, which I thought Baszler was going to win the match, as I said in my prediction video, but man, I was wrong. Shayna, though, looked pretty strong in this match. Fucking just put her in that armbar for like a long time. Did the same stomp that she did to Dakota Kai. There's a few times where Ember Moon just like slapped her in the face, and Shayna was just like, "What the fuck did you just do to me?" And then at one point, Doctors came out of the match after she did the Eclipse, and she's like, "No, I'm not stopping the match." And that's when she put her in the arm breaker. Ember kept blocking it. I didn't notice that, but you know, I was watching a podcast. I was watching Solomon's, and he actually mentioned that she was blocking it. Which that was like really smart. And then she rolled her up for the win. And then they were helping up Ember Moon, and then Shayna just like attacked her and choked her. And that was, I was like, oh god, she's gonna, yeah. And there we go. I do the oh god thing, and now people are probably gonna comment on that. Yeah, like I was like, holy shit, she's gonna fuck her up. She's gonna fuck her up. Yep, she fucked her up. Got her in that chokehold. And right after that match, they filmed the crowd again, and Ricochet was front row. I saw him. I was like, oh shit, Ricochet's right there. That's cool. That's awesome. You know, that they're putting these guys on camera. One of the biggest ones were later in the night, and I'll tell you guys, and you guys probably know about one of the most recent signees, other than, you know, Ricochet, War Machine, and Candice. And so the next match was Adam Cole versus Alistair Black. This was one of the matches of the night, in my opinion. Nice little Extreme Rules match there. There was one time where Adam Cole, I think, sliced his hand. I don't know where he sliced it at, but he was bleeding at one point. There was that one sick spot where I'm gonna talk about the sickest spot in the match later. When he did the where Alistair Black went with that springboard moonsault and Adam Cole hit him with the kendo stick in midair. I was like, oh shit! And then Cole starts like putting out the tables, and at one point he super kicks Alistair, and then Alistair fell through both the tables. They do a ladder spot, which was one of the craziest fucking spots I saw in the match. This was like one of them. He puts him in like the electric chair, thing, and just like drops him out on there. And that looked pretty crazy. I was like, oh shit, he just landed on his fucking head. Let's see what else happened. I'm even just like looking at WrestleViews results to try and like remember a lot of the stuff that happened. The sickest one was when he put where Cole just like set up like the chairs back to back, and then Black, hit Cole with a Yoshigoroshi back first on the chair, and then we were all chanting at Cole. We were like, "You deserve it." We thought it was funny. Like that's why he was taped up at the Royal Rumble, because of that. That was like a fucking crazy shot right there. Undisputed Era came out and tried to ruin the match. But then Sanity came out to even the odds. And they started brawling, and then Killian Dane just like wiped everybody out with the suicide dive. And basically the match ends with like Cole with a chair trying to like hit Black, and Black just hits him with the fucking black mask. And that was like I said, seeing that live, that was like fucking crazy. I did predict that Cole was gonna win, but Black won the match, so I was wrong on that one. The next person that they showed in the crowd was EC3, and once I saw him on the TV screen, because I was sitting down, I was like, "Holy shit, it's EC3!" Like out of nowhere, it was awesome. And then the next match was the NXT Championship match with Andrade Cien Almas defending against Johnny Gargano, and man, holy shit, does this match have me on the edge of my seat and just standing up and just applauding throughout the whole entire match because how fucking awesome this match was. Oh my god, I can't even go into it, like all the shit that happened in this match. I can't even do this like justice. I did like it at the early on in the match. That Cien came out with the La Sombra mask, and then the mariachi was behind him. I did like that. That was pretty awesome. That was pretty cool. And then I did like how Candice was in the match too. And then once Selena Vega started like fucking with the match the whole time, yeah, that's when Candice was like, you know what, I'm tired of your shit, and just like beat the shit out of Candice, chased her off. Beat the shit out of Selena, and Candice fucking chased her off. That was funny. Man, this match was just like so fucking good. I can't even do it justice. Like call it play by play. Even watching it at home, when I went back and watched it at home, I'm like, still, this match is like really really good. Live it was like way better though. Like watching it live, because I was just like standing up the whole time at the edge of my seat at first, but then I was standing up because everybody else was standing up, and I was like, oh god, yeah, let's give these guys a standing ovation because these guys deserve it, because it was that fucking good of a match. Andrade won with the with his finisher. And then after the match, Candice checks on Johnny. They go out to the the ramp, which they put the lower third or whatever at the corner of the screen, like the copyright notice, and then it went away, and then like the show was still alive because they did the same thing with like the Tommaso Ciampa Johnny Gargano break up at the end of Chicago. They also did it at the end of Takeover Brooklyn before Adam Cole came out. And I think this is like a fake out every time. They trying to fake this out. And so, you know, they're standing on top of the ramp at the end of the ramp. And then Tommaso Ciampa, I saw him. I was like, holy shit, there he is. There he is. He fucking whacked Johnny in the back with a crutch. And he just like stared down Gargano and just like walked away. And then you could hear Candice, like when I was watching it yesterday, going, Johnny, your back is bleeding. I thought that was funny. But that was a pretty awesome moment too. That was a good ending. I give it a thumbs up, pay-per-view. 2 thumbs up, you know, because I saw it and like live. And I thought it was really one of the pay-per-views of the year. In the year's not even over yet. And same with the Andrade Cien Almas match with Johnny Gargano. That match should be match of the year. Like one of the candidates. And there's a few things I'm also going to talk about. Let's get into some New Japan Pro Wrestling news because they did like a 2-night event. So New Japan Pro Wrestling had a 2-day event in Sapporo, Japan. It's called The New Beginning. 27th and 28th. So the night of NXT, or the morning before NXT, the morning before Royal Rumble. It was a 2-night event, like I said. I'm going to get into that. I'm also going to get into whatever happened on Being the Elite. Michael Elgin defeated Kitamura in it with the Elgin Bomb. Kushida, Jushin Thunder Liger, Tiger Mask 4, Tenzan, and Nakanishi defeated Suzuki-gun, which was Taichi, Taka Michinoku, Kanemaru, El Desperado, and Iizuka, or Lizuka. So, Kushida submitted Taka Michinoku with the hoverboard lock, which, speaking of hoverboard, I was actually watching in the camper, because there's a camper outside of our house where my buddy Steven and his mom live in. I was watching it, and and they have the electricity, since, you know, they still have their electricity and everything, and like I said, we basically have 90% of the house dark without electric. So I was watching the Back to the Future trilogy over there. Chaos, which was Yano and Ishii, defeated the Bullet Club, Hiroshi Tanahashi and Chase Owens, when Ishii pinned Owens with the vertical drop brainbuster. The Never Six-Man Tag Team Champions, Balak Fale and the GOD, defeated Taguchi Japan, which was Taguchi, Makabe, and Hanari. Tonga submitted Hanari with the Dreamcatcher, which was a leg trap sleeper. The Bullet Club, which was Cody Rhodes, Marty Scurll, and Hangman, defeated Kota Ibushi, Juice Robinson, and Dave Finlay Jr. when Paige pinned Finlay with the Rite of Passage. Los Ingobernables, which was Naito and Himuro Takahashi, defeated Chaos, Will Ospreay, and Yoshihashi when Naito pinned Ospreay following a low blow, and Yoshi attacked LAJ, and a pull-apart brawl ensued. Chaos, Okada, Goto, and Gato defeated Los Ingobernables, which was Evil, Sonata, and Bushi when Okada submitted Bushi with the Cobra Clutch. Afterwards, Okada cut a promo on Sonata, then attacked him and laid him out with the Cobra Clutch while sticking the Okada dollars in his mouth. The Elite, Kenny Omega, and the Bucks defeated Chaos, Switchblade, Jay White, Roppongi 3K, when Omega pinned Yo after the Indie Taker. Afterwards, White laid out Omega with the Blade Runner, and the main event of the night which had a title change. Minoru Suzuki defeated Hiroshi Tanahashi via referee stoppage to win the IWGP Intercontinental Championship. Suzuki put Tanahashi in a heel hook, and just the referee just stopped it because the damage done to Tanahashi's knee, and Tanahashi's going to be gone for a little bit. Tanahashi was carried out on a stretcher. Suzuki cut a promo taunting Tanahashi, saying he would never stand in a ring again. So don't fuck with Suzuki, guys. I was actually listening to a song last night, Kazi ni Nare, if I'm pronouncing that right. Fucking love that song. it's pretty. It's great. It's a great song. It's really catchy. It's really it's like it is like it's catchy. It's got the nice little lyrics. It starts off like all just kind of beautiful with that little piano, and then just goes dun dun dun, kind of like Eye of the Tiger a little bit. It just is just like so badass, and just him walking out to it just like is like even more badass. All right, so night 2, Juice Robinson defeated Kitamura with the Pulp Friction. Suzuki-gun, which was Taichi, Taka Michinoku, Kitamura, and El Desperado defeated defeated Taguchi, Jushin Thunder Liger, Tiger Mask 4, and Umino by pinfall when Taichi pinned Umino with a super kick. Chaos, which was Ishii and Yano, defeated Yujiro Takahashi and Hikuleo, which were members of Bullet Club, by pinfall when Yano pinned Hikuleo with an Akakiri Cradle. I'm still trying to pronounce Japanese correctly. I mean, I am distantly part Japanese, but I'm not full Japanese, unfortunately. So the Bullet Club, represented by Balak Fale, the Guerrillas of Destiny, and Chase Owens, defeated Makabe, Tenzan, Nakanishi, and Oka by pinfall when Owens pinned Oka with the package pile driver. That'd be so cool. I said Owens, and people are like, ooh! Not Kevin Steen, I mean Chase Owens. Suzuki-gun, which was Minoru Suzuki and Iizuka, defeated Michael Elgin and Toa Hanare by submission when Suzuki submitted Hanare with the heel hook. Suzuki-gun continued the attack until Makabe ran out to make the save. Bullet Club, which was Cody Rhodes, Hangman Page, and Marty Scurll, defeated Kota Ibushi, Kushida, and David Finlay Jr. when Hangman pinned Kushida after the rite of passage. Luxing Nobles D. Japan, Naito, Evil, Sanada, Hiromu Takahashi, and Bushi defeated Chaos, Kazuchika Okada, Goto, Will Ospreay, and Yoshihashi, and Gedo by submission when Sanada submitted Gedo with the skull end. Yoshi went after Naito after the match, but Chaos held him back. Roppongi, I cannot pronounce their name right. Roppongi 3K with Rocky Romero defeated the Young Bucks to win back the titles from them when Yo pinned Matt with the inside cradle. The main event was Switchblade Jay White versus Kenny Omega. He won the match and the IWGP United States Championship with pinning him with the Blade Runner. After the match, Hangman Page came out, challenged White by grabbing the U.S. title, but Omega pushed him aside and wanted to issue the challenge for the rematch. And he gave his belt back to Jay White, and he left, and Page and Omega basically started getting into it. Cody and Scurll came out, and Cody and Omega started getting into it, and then the Bucks came out to try and iron things out. Everybody like, hey guys, be cool, be cool. And Omega accidentally shoved Matt down on his ass. And Omega tried to apologize to them, but the Bucks left. Omega apologized to Paige and Cody. And Marty and Paige started walking to the back. Cody opened up the ropes for Omega to leave, but as he was leaving, Cody hit him with the crossroads. So basically exiling him from the Bullet Club. Paige and Skrull came back down. Cody went to grab a chair. Paige was like holding Omega down, and Cody had the chair. Marty was like trying to go, no, 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 no. And then Kota Ibushi came out, cleared the ring. Omega began to get up, and Kota stuck his hand out to him, and Omega got up, declining the offer. But then Ibushi tried to leave, came back and hugged Omega, and they had a hug. So the Golden Lovers are back together. But also on Being the Elite, the Bullet Club had their little, like, did their video of everything, of what happened. They showed the results and everything. The Bucks and Marty were still, like, disturbed by the fact that, you know, this happened while Cody Rhodes was, like, nonchalant about it, saying that the Bullet Club's alright. At the end of the video, there was a camera following Kenny, and it was playing, like, some beautiful music, and he knocked on a door, which, ironically, the door was, like, 710, which is a split in bowling. Somebody pointed that out to me. I was like, you know what, that is a nice little subtle touch to it. And the Bucks opened the door. Kenny was standing at the doorway. Kota Ibushi came into the doorway too, and they both entered the room. So I wonder what happened. I wonder what was talked. I wonder what was said. We just have to find out the next episode of Being the Elite. So that's all I'm going to say. Let's move on to the Royal Rumble. The Royal Rumble happened Sunday night in Philly. Everybody knows this because, you know, it's a 4-night thing. So they did, there was 9 matches planned, 3 of them on the pre-show. I wasn't able to watch the pre-show. I arrived late to my buddy Michael's house because, you know, I was invited. Hey, you know, if you're not doing anything this weekend, come to the house, watch the Royal Rumble. At first, you know, I wasn't sure because me and my mom were already planning on seeing one of my uncles in Maryland. Then, like, the whole electric shit happened, and it was like, okay, we gotta wait for this guy to help us out, and he basically blew smoke up our ass. So I'm like, yeah, okay, I can come over now. He gave me the address, I went over to his house, and we had a great time. I didn't have time to, like, really write any notes down, but, you know, like I said, it was a pretty decent Royal Rumble. This is, like, the first Royal Rumble in a while that I actually enjoyed. Because, like, the last few were just, ugh. Like, I know I did watch the 2015 one. And everybody knows that was not really, that one was just like, ugh. Just sucked. 2016 was okay, you know. One of the highlights were AJ Styles debuting. And in 2017, they gave away too many surprises. I'd rather have surprises rather than everybody announced. So, this year they did leave a few spaces with the Men's Royal Rumble, and definitely the Women's Royal Rumble, because they don't have 30 women on the main roster. So yeah, you know, definitely some surprises. The first pre-show match had Kalisto, Gran Metalik, and Lince Dorado. They defeated TJP, Jack Gallagher, and Drew Gulak. The Revival defeated Gallows and Anderson. And I did watch the Bobby Roode versus Mojo Rawley match. Wasn't really paying attention because we were all just like fucking around and stuff. getting food. So it was Bobby Roode. Bobby Roode defeated Mojo Rawley in that match. And then the first match on the main show was AJ Styles versus Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, which we were like, that's kind of weird. Like, why are they putting the WWE Championship match at the beginning of the show? I like I said, I thought from what I saw it was a pretty good match. Let me see. And yeah, I put all my pictures and everything on Instagram and all my videos, and now my buddy Andres is liking all my pictures. It's my phone's getting spammed right now. Next match was Usos versus Chad Gable and Shelton Benjamin. I thought it was strange that the Usos went 2-0 over Gable and Benjamin. Like that was, I was like, that's kind of weird. But then again, a lot of people understood because like, okay, we got to keep these matches short because we have 2 hours of the Royal Rumble. The next match was the Royal Rumble match, the men's Royal Rumble match, which we were all like, they're doing this a little early. Then we're like, oh yeah, fuck, there's a women's Royal Rumble match, and they're probably gonna have that as the main event. Finn Balor and Rusev were the first two out into the match. And then Rhino came out, which got a really good ECW chant. Baron Corbin made his way to the ring, and then Baron Corbin eliminated Rhino. He eliminated Rhino. Let's see, who was the first one? And then Baron Corbin was eliminated by Finn Balor. While I was outside the ring, he grabbed Rusev and Finn Balor, got him out of the ring, and beat him down. Walked to the ramp. Heath Slater starts coming out like, yeah, and then fucking Baron Corbin just like clotheslined him and just walked away. And that was like when we saw, like, everybody saw that, we were all laughing our asses off. And people were like, what the hell is going on? And we're like, well, Heath Slater just got hit. Heath Slater got the butt of like the jokes up until Sheamus came out. where everybody just like walked out to the ring, and then they started attacking Heath Slater because nobody likes Heath Slater. And then Elias came out, started doing his concert for a little bit, and then Andrade Cien Almas came out, and then Bray Wyatt, then Big E. Number 10 was actually supposed to be Ty Dillinger, but then Ty Dillinger Ty Dillinger got attacked by both Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens, and was eliminated, and then, just like came into the match, and then Sheamus came into the match, and then was taken out by Heath Slater within a few seconds. And then Heath Slater was taken out by Sami Zayn, I believe. Hold on, No, Heath Slater was taken out by Bray Wyatt, so he was the fourth one eliminated. And then Sami Zayn was the fifth one. And then, no, I'm actually getting a little too ahead of myself. And then Xavier Woods was after Sheamus. And then Apollo Crews. And then Shinsuke Nakamura, which Shinsuke Nakamura, I don't know when he did it, but he eliminated Sami Zayn. He was like number 5. So I'm looking on Wikipedia with all the eliminations and everything. Cesaro came out, eliminated Apollo Crews. And Kofi, Jinder Mahal. I'm just gonna go through everybody that's in the match right now. And Seth Rollins, Matt Hardy, John Cena, a surprise entrant by the Hurricane, which was pretty awesome. We all marked out. Aiden English, Adam Cole, which, I had a mark out moment. I was like, Adam Cole! I think I was the only one in the house that did the Adam Cole Bebe thing. Randy Orton came out. Titus O'Neil, which were like, Titus? The Miz. Rey Mysterio was a surprise entrant, which he looked in phenomenal shape, and he fucking just flew around the freaking ring. He was like Rey Mysterio. Like, it's like he went to, like, the Lazarus pit. That was awesome. And then Roman came out. Got a lot of boos. Goldust. And number 30 was Dolph Ziggler. Which, Dolph Ziggler was only in the match for, like, 2 minutes. Like, that was, like, a lot of people's pick to win the match. Because, like, oh, yeah, Dolph Ziggler's going to come back at number 30. And it was, like, a little troll. I thought it was funny. So where did I leave off? Who got eliminated? I think it was Sami Zayn was fifth one eliminated. Then Cruz. Then Xavier Woods. And then Big E. And then who else was number 9? Cesaro was eliminated. I think Seth Rollins came in the match and just eliminated Cesaro. And then Jinder Mahal was eliminated by Kofi Kingston. And Kofi Kingston had like a nice little save where his foot landed on Xavier Woods, and Xavier Woods like, nope, you're not hitting the floor. And then they put the pancakes on him, and he was walking around with the pancakes on his foot. Kofi was eliminated by Andrade. Who was number 12? Let me see here. Rusev was eliminated by Bray Wyatt and Woken Matt. Bray Wyatt and Matt Hardy both eliminated each other. Elias was eliminated by John Cena. Here comes the golden shovel. Hurricane was eliminated by Cena. Aiden English was eliminated by Finn Balor, which Finn Balor was the Iron Man of the match. He lasted 57 minutes and 38 seconds. So I think he was one of the final 4. Yeah, he was one of the final 4. Okay, so I left off on Aiden English, who was eliminated by Finn Balor. 18. Andrade was eliminated by Randy Orton, which Andrade was in there for around a half hour. Like Andrade was the MVP of the weekend, I think. Like, he had a great weekend. Adam Cole was eliminated by Rey Mysterio. Titus O'Neil was eliminated by Roman Reigns. Miz was eliminated by Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins. I think Seth Rollins was eliminated by Roman Reigns, with Seth Rollins had a big smile on his face, like, I get it. Number 23. Goldust was eliminated by Dolph Ziggler. Dolph Ziggler was eliminated by Finn Balor. Randy Orton was eliminated by Roman Reigns. And at that point, after they eliminated Dolph Ziggler, there was like a little stare down between like the past wrestlers and the future wrestlers of the WWE. Like, you had, on one side you had Finn Balor, Shinsuke Nakamura, and Roman Reigns. On the other side you had Cena, Ray, and Randy Orton. That was a cool moment. I actually liked that. Ziggler, Randy Orton was eliminated by Roman Reigns. 26. Let me see who is number 26. I know, I'm like, fuck. Oh, okay. Rey Mysterio was eliminated by Finn Balor. Finn Balor was eliminated by John Cena, which he brought out his golden shovel on the pay-per-view and on Monday night. Cena was eliminated by Shinsuke Nakamura, and then Roman Reigns was eliminated by Shinsuke Nakamura. So, all in all, pretty good Rumble. I actually enjoyed it. And then right after that, we had the tag team match with Seth Rollins and Jason Jordan defending against The Bar, which The Bar won. There was at one point where Jason Jordan was acting like he was concussed. I mean, because they're trying to keep him out of the match because he's injured legit. Like, he's got a back injury. And I think at one point Seth was selling the knee. The worst match of the night goes to Brock Lesnar versus Kane and Braun Strowman. I fucking hated that match. Like, we all hated it. We were just like, this match was so boring. They should have gone with Braun with this match because he had all the momentum. Kane and Brock didn't have any momentum going into it. It was all Braun. And we were all talking about that. We were like, why the fuck does Brock Lesnar? He has the title for over a year, and he's never even there to defend it. It's stupid. And we were all just like bored to pieces with the match. I even mentioned that, whenever I see Brock, I just turn the match off. Or I don't even watch it. Because all I know is like suplex. He defeats Kane with a fucking F5. And somebody even asked, like, why does he beat Kane with only one F5? And I'm like, they're building that up so Roman Reigns could be the first one in, like, a year to kick out of an F5. Don't ask me, I don't book this shit. That's what I said. But yeah, I hated that match. Now moving on to one of the highlights of the night was the main event. The 30-woman Royal Rumble match for a women's championship opportunity, or shot, I should say, at the women's championship belt at WrestleMania 34, which Asuka won. And let's go over all the entrants. We had a lot of surprise entrants, so that was awesome. We had Sasha Banks, Becky Lynch, Sarah Logan, Mandy Rose, Lita making a surprise entrant, which, she wrote a few names down her arm, which they were all past wrestlers, and she even wrote Chyna's name on her arm, which was pretty awesome. And I think during the match, like, Stephanie gave Chyna props, which I was gonna say. Also, we were thinking about just like changing the audio so we wouldn't have to listen to Stephanie McMahon, which, we weren't really bothered by Stephanie. And we just watched the match regularly, and she was putting everybody over. Like, oh yeah, this person's awesome, that person's awesome, whatever. So we just watched it and just shut up about it. And then we had another surprise entrant, which was Kairi Sane from NXT. That was actually supposed to be Alicia Fox's spot. And she during like a Royal Rumble rehearsal, she broke her tailbone during the rehearsal. Tamina came out, and then Dana Brooke, Tori Wilson, who was another surprise entrant, Sonya Deville, Liv Morgan, Molly Holly, which was another surprise entrant, Lana. Another surprise entrant was Michelle McCool, and she eliminated the most out of everybody in that match, like 5 eliminations. Like, she was beast mode in that match. Ruby Riott came out, and then we had a cameo from another surprise entrant, Vicky Guerrero. She came out, did the "Excuse me," and it was funny. And I was like, "Oh my god, Vicky!" Like, I was like, "Holy shit, it's Vicky!" And then everybody else at the house was like, "Oh my god, why?" I was like laughing my ass off. And then Carmella came out. And then Natalya, which Carmella was basically the Heath Slater spot where she was outside the ring for a little bit because she got knocked out. Especially, and speaking of that, a lot of people were outside the ring, like, taking a breather, rolling out to the bottom of the rope. At one point I was like, where's Molly Holly? Where's, Sasha? Where's, this person? They're like, did they get eliminated? And they're like, I don't think so. And, they were just rolling under the rope. Kelly made a surprise visit. Naomi, Jacqueline was another surprise entrant. Nia Jax. The NXT Women's Champion, Ember Moon, which that was pretty awesome. They had the NXT Champion and the NXT Women's Champion appear for the first time on the main roster. Beth Phoenix made a surprise entrant. Asuka, Mickie James, Nikki Bella, Brie Bella was a surprise entrant. Well, Nikki Bella was a surprise entrant too. Bayley, and number 30 was Trish Stratus, which a lot of people were like Ronda Rousey was going to be number 30, but it was Trish. It had to be Trish. Trish had to be in this match. So order of eliminations. Mandy Rose was the first one eliminated. She was eliminated by Lita. And then Tamina was eliminated by Lita. Lita was eliminated by Becky Lynch, which I was like, Becky, no! Kairi Sane was eliminated by Dana Brooke, which I was like, Dana, no! Bad Dana! Dana Brooke was eliminated by Tori Wilson. Tori Wilson was eliminated by Sonya Deville. Sarah Logan was eliminated by Molly Holly, which it was awesome that Molly Holly, speaking of her, she did the Molly Go Round at one point. Sonya Deville was eliminated by Michelle McCool. Liv Morgan was eliminated by Michelle McCool. So was Molly Holly and Lana. I even said since Michelle McCool's in the Rumble, I was like, where's Layla? You know, I want to see Layla in the match. Vicky Guerrero was eliminated by Becky Lynch, Michelle McCool, Ruby Riott, and Sasha Banks. Which, you know, she was trash-talking them all in the ring, and then she saw Michelle. She's like, Michelle, good to see you. And Michelle's like, look, bitch. Thought that was funny. And then Michelle McCool was eliminated by Natalya. Let me see who was number 14. Becky Lynch was number 14. Eliminated by Ruby Riott. Chris Emotionless, I should say, because she looks like Chris Emotionless. Jacqueline was eliminated by Nia Jax. Kelly was eliminated by Nia Jax. Let me see. Ruby Riott was eliminated by Nia Jax. And then Naomi was eliminated by Nia Jax. Wait, how many people did... Yeah, 4 people. Nia Jax eliminated 4 people. So it was... I left off on Naomi. There we go. Then Beth Phoenix was eliminated by Natalya. The Divas of Doom. Pin up strong. Ember Moon was eliminated by Asuka, which they had a little stare down because of the rivalry. Back in NXT, Carmella was eliminated by Nikki Bella, which, you know, they had a little bit of a history. Let me see. Number 22. Mickie James was eliminated by Trish Stratus. Again, history. A historic feud between both of them. And we even mentioned that. I was like, holy shit, you know. Last time they were in the ring together was like 2006, 2007. That was like an awesome feud right there. And then Nia Jax was eliminated by Asuka, Bayley, Brie Bella, Natalya, Nikki Bella, and Trish Stratus. I wanted her to be in the Final 4. Like, Nia could have won. Like, did the upset victory, but, you know, they're still going to push her, which is good. Because I actually like Nia. Speaking of Nia, I'm going to get into her later. Bayley was eliminated by Sasha, which Bayley looked like, you know, betrayed. She's like, ah! Natalya was eliminated by Trish. Trish was eliminated by Sasha, which Sasha, I think, is turning heel because she was just like so arrogant during the match. And then Sasha was eliminated by the Bella Twins, and Brie was eliminated by Nikki, which, you know, they're trying to they're possibly going to set up a match between both Bella Twins sometime like at WrestleMania. And then Nikki Bella was eliminated by Asuka, which Asuka won the Rumble. Overall, that was a good one. I actually liked the Women's Rumble match. It could have been 10 pounds of shit in a 5-pound bag, but it was great. I actually liked it. I want them to do it next year. I mean, they're probably going to do it next year, but, you know, then again, like, they probably at that point are going to run out of surprises. But that would be, but then again, you know, I wouldn't care. Hopefully next year they'll add, like, you know, AJ. Hopefully they talk to AJ and be like, look, you know, we want you for this match because you are one of the women that, you know, you're one of the true pioneers. But then again, they fucking buried her with, like, the whole women's revolution thing. Like, everyone else is trying to take credit for it. While, excuse me, while, she didn't like. What was I gonna? The point I was gonna make was like, everyone else is taking credit for what she's doing. That's bullshit. Let me see. What else am I gonna talk about with the Rumble? But yeah, again, overall. Oh. Speaking of that, speaking of the Rumble, I almost forgot about that. Ronda Rousey made her debut. It's a mixed reaction. People were happy that she came in. A lot of people were pissed because she stole Asuka's moment. Um, a lot of people were okay with it. A lot of the wrestlers were not okay with it, like Nia Jax, Nikki Bella. A few other people talked about it online. And they're like, "Yeah, you're stealing our moment, and you had nothing to do with this. You're stealing all of the goddamn headlines." So she came in wearing Roddy Piper's real life jacket. She borrowed it from his son, and she pointed to the WrestleMania sign without any charisma or anything, and tried to shake hands with Asuka, and Asuka's like, "Fuck you." And she went out to the ring and actually shook hands with Stephanie, which I think Stephanie and Rousey are going to have their match. So I think it's going to be Rousey and Rock, or I heard Braun Strowman versus Stephanie and Triple H. And yeah, so that's the Royal Rumble. Good Royal Rumble, all around. Good Rumble. Okay, so Monday Night Raw, the night after Royal Rumble, kicks off with Stephanie McMahon, and Cole calls her the Trailblazer of the Women's Evolution. Jonathan Coachman has replaced Booker T on commentary. So, yeah, we got Coach back, so we don't have to listen to Booker T doing stupid commentary anymore. I think that's a step in the right direction. She does her usual, "Welcome everyone to Monday Night Raw." And sorry I fucked up everybody's hearing by now. And she put over the Women's Royal Rumble match and said that, we saw like a lot of people there, like, the legends, Hall of Famers, and Ronda Rousey's debut. She introduced Asuka, which Asuka did her normal thing. She made her entrance, points to the WrestleMania sign, congratulates her on her victory, and before she makes her decision on who she should face, she should wait. Alexa Bliss might not be champion at WrestleMania, and she's defending her championship in the all-women's Elimination Chamber match at the Elimination Chamber pay-per-view. And Asuka thinks the WWE Universe speaks Japanese, and says at WrestleMania, "I will become champion because nobody is ready for Asuka." Sasha Banks comes out and says that last night was a dream come true. Shared the ring with 29 women, including Asuka. She congratulates her, but for the past 2 years, she's been undefeated and saying nobody was ready for her. And Banks asks her to prove it. Basically says that, she lasted the longest in the match, like over an hour, like about an hour, and says she's ready for Asuka. And Stephanie pulls them apart, and the commentators talk about Shinsuke, or Shin, as they call him. Shinsuke Nakamura winning the Royal Rumble, and he chose to face AJ Styles for the championship. And there will be a number one contenders matches for the next 4 weeks to go into the Elimination Chamber. And Strowman will be taking on Kane in the Last Man Standing match. Matt Hardy versus Elias, and John Cena versus Finn Balor. And let me see. Yeah, and Raw got a new symbol, graphics, everything, apparently. Let me see. In the Last Man Standing match, Braun Strowman won. He lifts up the platform table and dumps it on top of Kane, and everybody tries to get Kane out of there. And let me see what else happens. Strowman goes to the back to a big reception. Corey Graves has a microphone and it says Kane is a human being before asking what Braun just did. Strowman says he did his job. Kurt Angle said this is the last man standing, so that's what he did. And Strowman looked psychotically at Kane's limp body and just walked backstage. And commentators are standing on top of the stage with handheld microphones and surveying the damage. They play replays of what happened and said that Kane is having trouble breathing, and they rush him to the hospital. Strowman storms through the backstage area. Kurt Angle runs up to him and asks him how many times they have to have this conversation. Can Strowman give him a break? Strowman says Angle is right, that he didn't do more. Angle said last man standing, which is what he did. Strowman screams at an Elimination Chamber, he'll be the last man standing. WrestleMania, he'll be the last man standing over Brock Lesnar, and walks away. And people are, and I see this tweet from WrestleView that Braun Strowman is over, and I'm not saying to not put Roman Reigns in the main event against Brock Lesnar. That's clearly the direction, but maybe make it a triple threat. Actually, have Braun win the title, not fucking Roman. And then next segment, Elias is in the ring. Elias says he doesn't care if they sing with him or say his phrases. Elias sings for himself because he likes the sound of his voice. Last night he was disappointed because he was limited by Cena. Now he looks to the future because Elimination Chamber is on the horizon. Elias has to face Matt Hardy to get there, but he's got WrestleMania on his mind. First song starts singing, then Broken Matt Hardy comes out, or Woken, whatever you want to call him. Elias wins the match with Bray Wyatt interrupting. He's nowhere to be seen. Hardy looks around for him. Elias takes the advantage of the distraction with a big boot and the drift away for the win. Bray Wyatt's video flashes again. He's shown laughing on the big screen. Hardy just looks at him furiously before starting to laugh to himself. Miz is shown with a handheld video interview, which he started on SmackDown Live, and Roman Reigns is apparently owed a rematch for the Intercontinental Championship, but he's owed a complete silence when he speaks. When he defends his Intercontinental Championship, he's owed a standing ovation, which is what Tom Brady will get when he crushes the Eagles. Boo! Yeah. Again, you're in Philly, so you're going to get fucking booed out of the building. Miz retained against Roman Reigns. Let me see. Yeah, the Miz Taraj interrupted. Reigns Superman punches Axel off the apron and spears Bo Dallas down, and then Miz rolls up Roman Reigns with a handful of tights for the win. And people are like, oh, he's lost the Royal Rumble and both Intercontinental Championship matches. What's next for him? And it's like, dude, you already know he's going to win. Shut up. Let me see. Revival against Heath Slater and Rhino, which Revival won. They hit the Shatter Machine on Rhino for the win. Charlie Caruso gets in the ring. Scott Dawson says they just beat the first time ever SmackDown Tag Team Champions. And Dawson asks her how they compare to the Graham brothers. Caruso says she doesn't know much wrestling history. Wilder says that she's like the fans that just like chanting ECW to get themselves over. They study the past while the people can't stop living in it. Ooh. That's 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 a little harsh right there. But that's pretty on point. He's got a point. Um, next match is, or actually the next segment they actually announced the Dudley Boys for the Hall of Fame. Yeah. Hold on one second. I'm getting a text message, but I'm going to talk about this while answering this text message. Oh, yeah, and they also announced that Sheamus and Cesaro will be defending against Titus O'Neil and Apollo Crews. Let me see. Sasha versus Asuka. I heard this match was like amazing. I fucking missed it. I'm probably gonna watch it on Hulu. To be honest, Asuka wins with the Asuka lock. Let me see. And apparently Sasha tried to do that the dive and almost killed herself with it, and like legit like almost fucked herself up with it, and then Mick Foley went on Twitter and said, "Do not do that dive anymore." Which, the botch, as people call her, they call her the botch. She should stop doing that if she almost kills herself all the time. Doing that shit. And so the next match is the Bar versus Titus Worldwide. Looks like they had a pretty good match. It wasn't just a squash. I don't know. The Bar hits the double team White Noise for the win. At the end of the match. Let me see. And I think let me see what's going on. And Finn Balor with Gallows and Anderson versus John Cena was the main event, I believe. Yeah, it was the main event, which John Cena won with the AA. And apparently he even did like the Too Sweet while he was doing the AA onto Balor. And a lot of people are saying, Wrestle Viewers saying that this was way better than Raw 25. And they're saying they're even putting Coach over as a commentator since since he did ESPN, he did a great job. That's pretty cool. I actually like that. So give Coachman props. I'm happy he's back, dude. He's well deserved. He's welcome. He's definitely welcome back. So, all right. So now we're gonna move on to SmackDown, guys. So SmackDown Live was live in Philly. Again, it's because they're doing like the 4 nights in a row. Let me see. Shinsuke Nakamura kicks off SmackDown. Excuse me. Yeah. I was kind of confused because it says it was in Washington D.C., but I was like, I know it's in Philly. Come on, guys. Loud Nakamura chant starts when he's given the mic. He wondered. Corey Graves wonders if AJ Styles will still be champion come WrestleMania 34 because it's a long way to go until April. Nakamura talks about Sami Zayn, John Cena, Roman Reigns, all taking the knee to the face. References AJ Styles and how at WrestleMania a new WWE champion will be crowned, and he points to the Mania sign, hopefully with some charisma rather than Ronda Rousey's shit. Owens and Zayn come out. Owens says, "Give it up for the 2018 Royal Rumble winner." He says Nakamura can talk all he wants, or how he will beat AJ Styles all he wants, I should say. But the fact of the matter is that they were screwed out of the title Sunday nights. Zayn adds a loud "yep" to that. Owens has footage played to the finish of the WWE Championship match at the Royal Rumble. We see Owens taking the pinfall to Styles, and Zayn was actually the legal man during the championship match. And then Owens says that once again they fell victim to Shane McMahon trying to hold them down. And Zayn says that the referee has one job, and that's protecting the integrity of the match at all costs. Points out how Owens never legally tagged himself in. Zayn said Owens' passion coupled with the incompetence of the referee is what got them here. AJ Styles pinned the wrong man, added Zayn. Owens says that they deserve every right to have the next shot at the WWE Championship. He says that they should face AJ Styles and not Nakamura. Nakamura chimes in saying that Styles is a winner and that Owens and Zayn are both losers. And AJ Styles comes out. Styles says that Owens and Zayn can cry and complain all they want, but a dream match will take place in New Orleans at WrestleMania. It'll be me and Shinsuke Nakamura, and Styles suggests that they turn the dream match into a dream team to take on Owens and Zayn. Owens and Zayn leave. They come back, and Zayn asks if they really want this match. Both yell, "Nope." Styles and Nakamura step up and knock both Owens and Zayn off the ring apron. And let me see. Backstage, Daniel Bryan tells Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn they will indeed face AJ Styles and Shinsuke Nakamura in the tag team match. Zayn brings up the blown call on Sunday, but Bryan says that the referee's decision is final, but admits that the referee made a mistake. Owens says this wasn't a mistake and wants Bryan to make it right. Bryan agrees with Owens. He says that they will get another opportunity at the WWE Championship. Next week, he's planned a huge main event, and the winner will face AJ Styles at Fastlane. And it's going to be between Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. So we're going the split up with the Rockers right now. Fatal 4-way match. Kofi King for the United States title. Kofi Kingston, Rusev, Zack Ryder, Jinder Mahal. Which Rusev Day won. I know, I'm sorry, I'm singing to everybody. Rusev avoids the SOS, tries to roll up, and transitions into the Accolade. Kofi taps out. After the match, Rusev leaves the ring, gets in the face of Bobby Roode, and Roode will defend the title next week on SmackDown. Chad Gable and Shelton Benjamin interrupt Breezango in the Ascension. He calls them clowns and that they're ruining the tag team division. Tyler Breeze makes fun of them for losing twice to the Usos at the Royal Rumble. Benjamin asks if they can beat them tonight, and the Ascension holds Breezango back. Next up is the Usos. Usos address the SmackDown Tag Team division. They head to the ring. Jimmy asks the crowd to show some love for the Usos. And Jay talks about beating Chad Gable and Shelton Benjamin back to back. He says that they've been tearing up this tag team division. The Usos talk about taking out American Alpha 2, the Hype Bros, Breezango, New Day, Sheamus, Cesaro in the tag team division. And talks about the struggle. Says that they are the best tag team in WWE. Welcome everyone to the Uso Penitentiary. And then they had a photoshopped bars in front of them or whatever, from what I heard. And I think this could have been a great moment to call up the Authors of Pain. Because, since they're doing this, or they're probably going to be doing it, in the next few weeks, but they should have done it, right here and then. And just, have the Authors of Pain, while the Usos are, leaving, just, come out of nowhere and just attack them. And it's oh, shit, it's the Authors of Pain! And just do that. That would have been awesome. I would have loved that. Let me see. Next match is the squash match with the Bludgeon Brothers versus the local tag team. Which one of them is actually, from what I hear, Drew Gulak's brother. They hit a double chokeslam and win the match. Next segment, Shane McMahon is backstage. He's on his phone talking about the Royal Rumble. Ty Dillinger walks in. Shane knows why he's here. Dillinger's talking about his WrestleMania opportunity being taken away this past Sunday. Baron Corbin interrupts and questions Daniel Bryan handling another opportunity to Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. Corbin wonders if Shane is even in charge and still wonders if he is still a McMahon. Dillinger interrupts. Corbin asks if he is still here, like why he's still there, I guess. Dillinger says he is, unlike Corbin's Money in the Bank briefcase. And Shane books a match between both guys. Next segment, Charlotte Flair addresses the Asuka Ronda Rousey situation. This looks like a long segment. Hold on one second. So, Renee Young is with Charlotte Flair and asks what it's like to sit ringside for the first ever Women's Royal Rumble. And she said it was the first time in her career that she didn't want to be champion. She wanted to be in the ring with all those legends and see if she could hold her own. And talked about the next moment that broke the internet. Ronda Rousey. All I know is that I'm walking into WrestleMania, the SmackDown Women's Champion, but the question is, who's going to be standing there across from me? Riot Squad come out. Ruby Riott says Charlotte's ego is as big as her father's. Says, of course, Charlotte thinks that she would have won the Royal Rumble, and calls Charlotte arrogant and unoriginal. And calls herself original and Charlotte a cheap imitation of her father. And gets in the ring with Liv Morgan and Sarah Logan. Says Charlotte's time is over and asks Riott if she's done yet, and gets a loud woo. Charlotte goes after Ruby Riott, Sarah Logan, and Liv Morgan. Goes after Ruby Riott, and Sarah Logan and Liv Morgan get involved. She fights all three of them off and tosses them out of the ring. Riott Squad returns to the ring to take out Charlotte, and Ruby yells at Morgan and Logan to pick up Charlotte after they get her, I guess. And she hits the right kick and drops Charlotte. And head up the ramp. Carmella comes out. Carmella runs down the ramp with the briefcase in hand. Kicks Charlotte a few times. Hands the briefcase over the ref. The ref is having a conversation with the ring announcer when Carmella charges with a dropkick at Charlotte. Ends up taking out the referee instead. And Charlotte gets back onto her feet. Carmella turns around and sees Charlotte is back up. And Carmella bails and grabs her briefcase and heads up the ramp. So that cash-in didn't work out. AJ Styles talks with Shinsuke about their plan. Nakamura tells Styles that he's going to beat him at WrestleMania. And Styles asks if he's messing with him. And Nakamura smiles and says he's just messing with him. Ty Dillinger comes out for the match against Baron Corbin. Which Baron Corbin wins with the end of days. Let me see. I don't know what the hell they're doing with Ty Dillinger. That's like stupid. He's like jobber right now. Next up is Chad Gable and Shelton Benjamin versus Breezango, which Benjamin and Gable win. With the Benjamin lifting Breeze back up to his shoulders. Yo comes off the top rope and getting the pinfall on Tyler Breeze. Let me see. And next match is the tag team match with Styles Nakamura against Owens and Zayn. Which Styles and Nakamura win. Apparently at one point Zayn walks out and says good luck because they have an argument. Nakamura wins with the Kinshasa onto Owens. Backstage, Sami Zayn's frustrated watching the ending. Renee Young walks up, asking if we've seen the end of the partnership. Owens says no. Or wait, what? Zayn says nope, but adds that he's been overlooked in WWE and Owens has already had his opportunity with the world title. Next week he will earn in that opportunity to become more than just Kevin Owens' best friend. And the show's over. Let's go on to, what should I review next? Should it be, or not review, I would like talk about next. Should it be the Mixed Match Challenge or 205 Live? Well, basically, the Mixed Match Challenge, from what I heard, Braun Strowman and Alexa won the match, and they flirted with each other at the end of the match. So let's go on to 205 Live now. So pretty newsworthy. So let's go ahead and let's talk about that. So 205 Live, there was a lot of speculation who's going to be the new general manager, since they revealed that there's going to be a new general manager. They're going to do something with the cruiserweight title. And we got those answers when Rey Mysterio and Shane Holmes were doing the Royal Rumble. When they were in the Royal Rumble match, people said it probably would have been either or. We were wrong. It was actually Rockstar Spud, who's now going under the name of Drake Maverick. He is the new GM of 205 Live. He also announces that there will be a 16-man Cruiserweight Championship tournament and a new champion to be crowned at WrestleMania. So that's actually pretty cool. I actually like that. He said that the tournament will begin on, Tuesday night. It began Tuesday night. First match was Cedric Alexander versus Grand Metalik, which Alexander won with the lumbar check. I actually heard that this match was this show was actually a pretty good show of 205 Live. And then our second match of the night was TJP beating Tyler Bate, who has made his debut on 205 Live. I think he was in 205 Live in November. I can't remember that. Which he won with a grabbing the trunk. He grabbed the trunks as leverage to secure the pinfall victory. So TJP is advanced. Let's see what's gonna happen. Overall, I'm excited for the new 205 Live cruiserweight, division. Looks like they're trying to do the Cruiserweight Classic again, in a way. So let's see what happens. Let's see who gets the belt, who is gonna be the man. Woo! Woo! Okay, I'm done. All right, guys. This is pretty much it of the podcast. Oh wait, no. I did not talk about some newsworthy stuff. So let's get on with the newsworthy stuff before we move on. So we have some news, including some things going on, some rumors for WrestleMania 34. Let me see. Rey Mysterio has not signed a contract right now. It could be changed. It said that his match at the Rumble was one off. They wanted him to sign a full-time contract, but he is not ready to sign a contract yet. He wants to do part-time still. Which they might do some stuff. They might work something out. New Japan Pro Wrestling, they sold out the Long Beach show that's coming up. It's going to be a 5,000 seat arena, and they sold off 5,000 seats. So that's like I heard it was like 20 minutes. They sold out within 20 minutes. That's fucking crazy. So congratulations to them for doing that. Let me see. Originally, Adam Cole was gonna answer Bobby Roode's challenge. That's like another thing that was gonna happen. Adam Cole, baby. Let me see. Yeah, Lesnar and Strowman have had a little incident at the Rumble where let me see. Lesnar hit Braun Strowman with a stiff punch at the Rumble. There's no heat between them. He was Strowman gave him a stiff knee, and Lesnar told Strowman slow the fuck down and hit after he punched him. That's a little fucked up. Fucking Brock. Let me see. And apparently WrestleMania 35 is going to take place in Jersey again. Jersey, New York. The finalists were Philly and Detroit. They were the other two finalists. Let me see. Latest WWE star to have surgery. Who's going to have surgery? Oh, Orlando Colon. Epico. He's still employed? What? I didn't know he was still employed. I didn't know that they were still there. They're never on TV. They never do anything. Let me see what else is going on. There's some. Apparently, it was leaked that what's going on with the women's elimination chamber. It's gonna be Alexa Bliss, Nia Jax, Bayley, Sasha, Sonya Deville, and Mandy Rose. So that's gonna be. I think that match would be okay. It'd be fun if Nia wins. I actually want Nia to have the belt. It's like, come on. Come on. Speaking of Nia Jax, she called out Grimm's Toy Show. That motherfucker stole my name because he said a few things. I saw the video where he just, was, fat shaming her the whole entire video. And calling her, Nia fat and all this other stuff. And she called him out on, Twitter. And he responded by taking the video down. Yeah, I apologize. I don't know. I'm still mad at him because he stole my fucking name. I was Grims Forever before he was Grimm's Toy Show because I started my Grims Forever name back in 2002, 2003. Just saying. Let's see. More rumored Elimination Chamber stuff that's going on. Apparently it's probably going to be Jason Jordan, Seth Rollins, and Roman Reigns will probably be part of it. Well, Roman Reigns is going to be part of it, definitely, because they're going to put him. They're going to put him against Brock. Let's see. Mark Henry has talked about his new role within WWE. He's saying he's trying to bring more awareness to WWE charities and programs and travel the world and introduce business to people that don't have the WWE. He scouts, and he's a scout for the NXT. So, dude, yeah, definitely, Mark. Congratulations, man. Apparently, they're talking about putting him in the Hall of Fame too, since he's pretty much retired right now. Terry Reynolds has talked about her experience with Raw 25, and she said she was not happy with it because they basically shoehorned her in there. They shoehorned her and the rest of the women in there, and they basically did next to nothing, which, yeah, sucks. I mean, but then again, they shoehorned a lot of people in there. It was good to see a lot of those people, but it was all just shoehorned. I'm saying shoehorned a lot, because, I mean, it's true. Officially, Dave Meltzer gave the Johnny Gargano and Andrade Cien Almas match a 5-star rating. This is the first 5-star rating that WWE has gotten from Dave Meltzer since Cena and Punk. So then congratulations to them, because yeah, that was a really good match. Me talking about it is not going to do it any justice on how good that match was. It's definitely up there as a match of the year candidate. So congratulations to both Andrade and Johnny. I Apparently, according speaking of Dave Meltzer, according to him, he says that Jason Jordan might be suffering from a neck injury, not a back injury. Um, it's he says it's usually very serious. He's having issues with his grip. Um, he's not doing any matches until further notice, so he might not be in the Elimination Chamber match. It might be somebody else. And right now, the rumored card for WrestleMania 34. Let me see. There's the Cruiserweight title tournament final, which is going to main event the pre-show. Everybody knows. Rollins versus Jason Jordan. Asuka versus Charlotte Flair for the SmackDown Women's title. Raw Women's title. Alexa Bliss versus Nia Jax. The IC title match is going to have The Miz versus Braun Strowman. Ronda Rousey and possibly The Rock versus Stephanie McMahon and Triple H. I've also heard Braun Strowman. Styles versus Shinsuke Nakamura. Brock Lesnar versus Roman Reigns. And Cena versus The Undertaker. Which, let's put the Cena Undertaker match to rest. It's probably not going to happen. Stop making it trying to happen. It's not going to happen. Like, from Mean Girls. But yeah, I mean, that's pretty much what's going on in the world of wrestling. Thank you, NoDQ.com, for posting that stuff. That's basically it, guys. Done with the podcast. Once I'm done recording this, I'm going to put it all together, put it on YouTube for you guys. Sorry, hit the mic. Do the slides and all that, do the pictures. I'm still working on my Batman stuff, my Batman pet project. I'm still going to do other things with that. I still need to finish that up, quickly. It should have been done, weeks ago, but again, I could have been done with it the other day, but with all this power shit that's been going on at my house, it sucks. So yeah, guys, have a great day, and I'll see you guys next week, possibly. Take care, guys.